If you're to be a powerful magical practitioner, it's important that you pay attention to who you are around. Your friends will determine how you see reality. You have to be concerned about who your friends are, what television shows you're watching, what music you're listening to, the conversations you're choosing to have, which podcasts you will listen to. All of these things are important if you're to be a strong practitioner. There's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus says, be careful how you hear. Because, see, hearing generates faith. This is found, I believe it's in Romans chapter 10. So then faith cometh by hearing. So whatever you hear enough of, you will generate the faith for. This is how memetics works and how rumors get around and how things like that happen. You can hear a lie enough to where you will begin to believe the lie. Now we're into the cults. And not only religious cults, but political cults as well. The truth of the matter is, no political party can truly change any type of political landscape. No, and I don't care what country you're in. I don't care what party you belong to. No political party will be able to ever help you. And the reason that is because they have donors. It is the donor class that runs every single politician around the world, from the oligarchs to those liberals in Washington, D.C. It is the donor class. And they can pretend like they're there to serve you, but they're not. You will not see concrete gains in your life from these politicians because the money is what controls them. Okay, the money, all of them. I don't care if it's Trump, G.W. Bush, Barack Obama, it doesn't matter. It is the cash that controls them. The only way to gain control of politics is to get big money out of it. And even when you do that, you still have to filter this thing in such a way where you can keep big money from sneaking in at the grassroots level. So it gets quite complex. However, it is not these special occultic circles that's trying to run the world. It's not the Bilderbergs. It's not the whatever groups you want, Skull and Bones, or whatever groups that you fantasize, the Illuminati or whoever it is that you're fantasizing that's running the world. No, it is big money. And they're destroying humanity. They're messing up the food supply. They're messing up the home supply. They're messing up medicine. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there, okay? So, but if you're not careful, what you've heard about these things can sway what you believe about these things. So it's important to be a strong magical practitioner, not to follow the news. You can listen to some things that it's about, but don't be an adherent. It's important not to run with the herd. It's important to think for yourself. It's important to read. It's important to separate yourself from the group so that you could see it honestly. Because if you don't, you're going to believe stuff that's not true. So what is not true? It is untrue that we are out of control, that we have no control. You can heal yourself of any disease. You can be whatever you want to be. Your faith is the limit. You can move mountains. You can mold reality. You can speak spells into existence, but they don't want you to know that. And who are the they? The they are those who have all of this money wanting to manipulate the masses so that you will have an eternal slave class. Now, I am not saying that all rich people think that way, because many of us who's around the cauldron, we're very wealthy. Money doesn't corrupt. These people were already corrupt when they had the money. Money does not corrupt you. Money magnifies what's already in your heart. And so when you are believing and listening to the wrong messages, and you're around the wrong people, you'll believe that life is short. You'll believe that life is a bitch and then you die. You'll believe that all black men hate black women and all men in America are no good and men are dogs and women ain't nothing but gold diggers. You'll believe all of these lies and you will see and find yourself in a mess. Now, one of the hallmarks of being a witch is that we take responsibility for our own lives. We don't blame the devil. We don't blame the angels or no one else. We take responsibility for that. So it's important that you hear words like this constantly. It's important that you think for yourself and for you to look at this for yourself. Be careful of your friends. Be careful of these normies and these no-mages, unless they're speaking faith to you, and I don't really see how they can. You be careful. You know, when I was in Christianity, we had a saying, and the saying that the way of the prophet was very lonely, and the way of the true practitioner is also very lonely at times, until you start understanding that you have good company with yourself, that you shouldn't be betraying yourself. When you learn to really love yourself and you learn to really depend on yourself and you really understand that you're in no way behind compared to no one. I mean, you're just as good as every other person. And that's the beauty of magic, see? Magic builds you. The greatest of all magics is self-discovery. And magic builds you, and magic strengthens you, and magic encourages you to be your true, authentic self, a truly actualized individual. And you rest on that. So be careful what you hear, how you hear, who you're around, what you're watching, what you're listening to. If who you are around is not moving in the direction that you want to move in, you need to reconsider. If what you're listening to does not endorse where you're trying to take your life, you may need to reconsider. There are friends that I had to leave behind because they're not going in the same direction I'm going into. The scriptures once again come to our aid. How can two walk together except they're in agreement? So be careful what you're listening to. This is Abiyah. Until next time, blessed be.